Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, two presidential candidates had it out last night at a debate in Milwaukee. Citrus TV's own Dan Prager will have the details.
And the Pope is holding a historic meeting today. We'll tell you who he's meeting with and why it's so important.
Plus, the band OK Go is back at it with another jaw-dropping music video. What they do this time, we'll let you know.
Those stories and more ahead. Citrus TV News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News. I'm Michael Tricarico.
And I'm Monica Hammer. Dangerously cold weather has moved into central New York. That's our top story tonight. We've had some bitter cold here in the Syracuse over the past few days.
Let's send it right over to weather anchor Nicole Dementri to see what to expect for tonight.
Hey, Michael and Monica. It is going to be a horrendous night outside tonight. We are expecting a snow squall warning for Onondaga County around 10 p.m. tonight. Snow squall means that there will be snow dropping from 1 to 2 inches for that hour from 10 until 11 with 40-mile-per-hour winds. It will be complete whiteout conditions. It is seriously dangerous to drive, really even to walk at that time. So please stay indoors and please avoid going outside during those times. Now moving into tomorrow, the bad weather continues with a wind chill warning. Saturday morning starting at 4 a.m., moving all the way into Sunday at 1 p.m. We will be in a wind chill effect. Tomorrow night's supposed to drop down to -10 degrees, and that's before the wind chill of 20 miles per hour. So it's going to feel more like -25, -30 degrees outside. Please stay inside so you do not get frostbite. And you know, it's just going to be a bad weekend for weather, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Welcome to Syracuse.
Thanks, Nicole. And a warning for drivers, if you don't clear all the snow off of your car before taking it out on the road, you could be looking at a fine.
A bill on the floor of the state legislature is calling for fines of $150 for drivers who have 3 inches or more of snow on their cars.
And if you get in an accident with that much snow on your car, you could have to cough up as much as $1,200. No state legislators for Syracuse have sponsored the bill as of yet.
President Obama will be delivering the keynote address at this year's Toner Prize ceremony in Washington this March. The award is part of the Newhouse School's Toner Prize for Excellence in Political Reporting. It's the 6th year the award has been given out in honor of the Newhouse alumna Robin Toner. Previous keynote speakers include Kathleen Sebelius, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden. And scary news out of the Rosamond Gifford Zoo, a bat tested positive for rabies yesterday. The health department is asking anyone who might have come into direct contact with a bat at the zoo between this past Sunday and Monday to contact the Onondaga County Health Department's Bureau of Disease Control. And Onondaga Lake may be getting more boats in the future. County lawmakers approved just under $2 million in funding for a project to build docks and piers on the water. The new plan will allow boats to launch from the west side of the lake.
When we come back, Europeans could soon find it more difficult to travel around the EU. Find out why.
And a verdict in the case of an NYPD officer who shot an unarmed black man. Don't go away.
And outside, it's looking quite clear right now, but as I mentioned, tonight it's going to get extremely bad with whiteout conditions. Make sure to stay inside and enjoy the weather as we are right now, because this quad will be looking even more white as we go into the weekend. Stay tuned. We're Citrus TV Live at 6.
They say it's a man's world. I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
with a commanding 8-goal lead.
The weekend, usually, is a time to relax and unwind from the pressures of work and school. Unfortunately, the weekend is also a time for many people to abuse drugs and alcohol. Listen to the words some people use when they talk about the good time they had over the weekend. They say, "I went to a party Friday night and got plastered," or "Saturday night, I was really wasted." Maybe they didn't have such a good time after all.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
And developing in the last couple of hours, 2 students are dead after a shooting in a high school in Arizona.
Police believe a student opened fire outside Independence High School in Glendale just before classes started. A spokeswoman says there is no suspect at large, but no one is in custody yet.
According to reports, the 2 15-year-old girls were found under a covered patio with gunshot wounds earlier today.
Authorities have not identified the victims yet.
Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders took to the stage last night in Milwaukee for another debate.
We're joined now live in studio by Talking Points correspondent Dan Prager with last night's highlights.
Last night's Democratic debate was the second one-on-one matchup between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, and both candidates came out swinging. This was by far the fiercest Democratic debate to date. Sanders ripped Clinton on her ties to Wall Street and her work with Henry Kissinger, and delivered one of the most memorable line of the night as Secretary Clinton discussed how she would finance her policy, saying, quote, "Secretary Clinton, you're not in the White House yet." Hillary Clinton dismissed Sanders as being a one-issue candidate and said his policies were unrealistic. The debate focused on a wide variety of topics, from racial inequality to foreign policy to their relation with President Obama. Both candidates attempted to tie themselves to Obama, and Clinton repeatedly called out Sanders for his criticisms of the president. Overall, the winner of the debate was Hillary Clinton. Clinton holds a huge lead over Sanders in the minority vote, something that will be a factor for the first time in South Carolina, and she gave a very strong performance when talking about racial inequality. Senator Sanders, however, attempted to tie the racial inequality issue to economic inequality in Wall Street, which appeals to his base but is not very effective in swaying undecided Democrats, especially minorities. Voters are beginning to notice that he attempts to do this with almost every issue. Many are tying him to Marco Rubio, who has come under fire for his relentless repetition of the same idea. Voters are worrying that Sanders is truly a one-issue candidate, and the Clinton campaign is taking advantage of that. This debate was likely the beginning of a more aggressive campaign on both sides, and expect to see more attacks as South Carolina and Nevada approach and beyond.
And over on the GOP side, Donald Trump will begin campaigning in Tampa, Florida at the University of South Florida Sun Dome in just under an hour. Meanwhile, Jeb Bush, Ben Carson, Marco Rubio, and Ted Cruz are expected to speak at a faith and family forum in South Carolina before the primary.
Coming in second place behind Trump in the New Hampshire primary, John Kasich begins campaigning in South Carolina. The Republican presidential candidate will all meet again tomorrow night during the Greenville debate at 9 p.m. New York City Police Department rookie officer Peter Liang has been convicted of manslaughter for the shooting and death of Akai Gurley.
Gurley was unarmed when he was shot in a stairwell of a Brooklyn housing project after opening a door, startling Liang.
Liang called the shooting an accident, while prosecutors called it reckless since Liang was patrolling with his weapon drawn.
And an Ohio man attacked several people at a deli with a machete yesterday. Police say he entered the Nazareth Deli and began swinging the machete around. 4
people were injured in the attack. 1 is in serious condition. Police fatally shot the suspect, 30-year-old Mohammed Berry. Police also say there was no motive for the attack. Facing the migrant crisis, European Union nations are ready to invoke an emergency rule to prevent passport-free travel for the next 2 years.
Originally only 6 months, the restriction may be lengthened up to 2 years if a member country fails to protect its borders.
Under current regulations, citizens of EU countries can travel to other EU nations without passports.
And the Syrian ceasefire agreement backed by the United States and Russia has been welcomed by Syrian opposition groups. However, there is concern among those groups that the agreement will still allow Russian bombing.
Russia plans to continue pursuing ISIS, but they have also targeted Assad opposition groups in the past by labeling them as terrorists. The Roman Catholic and Russian Orthodox churches came together for a historic meeting today, ending 1,000 years of failing to do so.
Experts say the meeting won't lead to progress on either side, but it remains symbolic. The meeting is supposed to focus on the plight of Christians in the Middle East.
And after the break, your full weather forecast of what to expect for the weekend.
And Kanye West starting trouble with Taylor Swift again? I'll have that story and all of your entertainment news in our Hammer Time segment.
You want to be a parent. It doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
It's been almost too cold to go outside for the last couple of days.
Nicole, how long is that cold going to be sticking around?
You know, Monica, it's at least going to be sticking around through Monday, but right now we are seeing beautiful weather. It is a little cold, 25 degrees outside, feels more like 9 degrees with the winds coming in at 13 miles per hour. You'll see a couple flurries here or there, but the bad weather doesn't start until tonight. But moving in, our current wind chill across the country, it's definitely pretty cold. Up north everywhere, it's, as we can see, it's around 5 degrees. It feels like 9 here, so we are a little bit above average for the current wind chill in our area. And now moving into tonight's conditions, I know I already mentioned, but I really want to hit this home. The snow squall will be here and will be here around 10 p.m. There'll be at least 2 inches of snow falling in the hour between 10 and 11 with 40-mile-per-hour winds. It's only going to feel like 3 degrees. That's a really big drop from what we're normally used to the past couple of weeks we've been seeing. After those 2 inches from the snow squall comes down, we'll be seeing snow throughout the night. It'll probably end up being around 6 inches of snow we see for the entire night. Winds are going to be at 16 miles per hour after that 40-mile-per-hour wind snow squall. And as we move into the radar, as I said, the snow squall you can see coming in and out. We will have things moving into tomorrow morning. Nothing big, nothing tragic at all. It'll be 3 degrees also tomorrow, feeling more like 10 degrees towards the nighttime. You will see some snow tomorrow, about 1 inch. For Valentine's Day, it's going to be absolutely freezing outside. I apologize if you have anything planned to do outside. It'll be 8 degrees, feeling more like -8 towards the night. And as we go into our 5-day forecast, on Monday, it'll be 20% chance of snow, but it'll be 31 degrees during the day. Towards the night, it will snow 100% chance at 3 to 5 inches of snow. Tuesday, it'll rain all day, about 1 inch of rain expected. Wednesday, snow all day, and Thursday and Friday, it'll finally be nice and stop snowing for once. You know what I mean?
All right, Nikki, extremely cold temperatures this weekend. Do you have any tips, anything we can do in that cold day?
Yeah, you know, I definitely would say if you have to go outside to shovel your walks, take a trip down to CVS really fast. Go buy those hand warmers. They're at the cash register. I was there earlier today. Put them in your boots. Put them in your hat. Make sure you stay warm.
All right, thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.
Stock market. Stock markets in Japan, Hong Kong, and South Korea continue to drop after yesterday's fall in the U.S. and European markets. Plummeting oil prices have investors transitioning to lower-risk investments such as government bonds, gold, and Japanese currency, the yen. The strength of the yen versus the U.S. dollar hurts Japanese companies as exports decrease. The mainland Chinese markets will open again on Monday after being closed all week for the holiday. And now to get caught up on all your entertainment buzz, let's send it over to Monica. It's
Critics aren't the only thing cracking down on Senator Marco Rubio on the campaign trail. On Thursday, the Republican presidential candidate told reporters he bit into a Twix bar and cracked a molar. He said the bar was frozen because of the cold weather, but that supporters should not worry. The candy is not going to slow down his campaign. And Kanye West has upset Taylor Swift fans yet again, this time with lyrics to his new song Famous. In the song, he references making the pop singer famous. Swift fans expressed their distaste for the song on social media, especially the singer's brother Austin, who posted a video throwing a pair of Yeezy sneakers in the trash. West addressed fans on Twitter saying he and Swift are on good terms. And pop group OK Go has gone weightless. They shot the music video for their new single, Upside Down and Inside Out, on an airplane in zero gravity. The video shows floating balls and dancing flight attendants. The flight of the plane gave the band 27 seconds of weightlessness per flight. It wasn't all fun and games, though. The band told CNN that during taping, several crew members got sick or fainted. And Barry Manilow cancels tour dates this week after being rushed to the hospital. The 72-year-old singer is suffering complications after having emergency oral surgery this past Monday. At the moment, it is uncertain if Manilow will attend the Grammy Awards in Los Angeles, which is scheduled to air Monday, February 15th. His 2014 album, My Dream Duets, is nominated for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. The singer informed fans on Twitter that his Highland Height and Nashville tour dates will be rescheduled. And now with a look at what's coming up in sports, here's Kevin Ryans.
Well, thank you, Monica. SU basketball is on a roll when we come back and look at last night's win over Florida State. Also, the red-hot SU women's team was down in Virginia, and we'll tell you how the Orange fared against the Cavaliers. And a final look at SU men's lacrosse before its season opener tomorrow night against Cienos. CitrusTV News will be right back.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Missed SU basketball, well, so did a lot of other people. The 'Cuse had a 9-day layoff before its last matchup against Florida State at the Carrier Dome last night. SU looking to go 7-1 in its last day, and we'll head over to the Carrier Dome for the highlights. As Otto the Orange getting pumped up before the game. Here comes Trevor Cooney, buries a 3 from deep. The Orange have a 5-3 lead early on, but then Xavier Raytheon Mays, says, anything you can do, I can do better. He nails one and puts FSU back up 6-5. Later on, Michael Benachet intercepts the inbounds pass, takes it all the way to the rack. The Orange have an 11-6 lead. Orange up by 9. Here comes Malik Beasley, one of the ACC Rookies of the Year, buries a triple. The Orange only up by 6. Later on, nice hands by Rick Howard. Outlet pass to Michael Benachet. He nails the dunk, and the Orange lead by 9. You think SU will go in half with a very nice lead, but no. FSU making it uncomfortable. Devin Booker nails a jumper, and Cuse lead only 3. But then Dajuan Coleman took over the second half. Nice pass over there to Malachi Richardson. The Orange up by 10. Later on, 10-0 run. Tyler Roberson slams it home. SU blowing out FSU 85-72 the final. Citrus TV's Gabby Rusk was there to recap it all from the Dome.
Dominating team that battled for Atlantis in the Bahamas was back in Syracuse tonight. In the 85-72 win against FSU, even Coach Boeheim was cracking jokes about the lovely weather Syracuse has been having.
Normal day. My wife is from the South. I said, how's the roads outside? They said, they're fine. Her sister's from Alabama. She didn't want to go out. She was like, we're going out? It's just a nice day in Syracuse.
I don't know. I think we just playing better. We winning games. So playing better defense, working together as a team. I think we just winning games.
Night game was real fun. The crowd was in it, and we went up big, and everybody played well, and I think we could keep going.
In particular, Dajuan Coleman exploded, scoring the first 6 points in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Next up for the Orange, they travel to Boston on Sunday to face the Eagles. Reporting from the Carrier Dome, Gabriella Rusk, Citrus TV.
A terrific job. Meanwhile, it was a similar outcome for the Syracuse women's basketball team as it went down to Charlottesville and took down Virginia 91-57. SU senior Brianna Butler scored all of her team high 23 points in the first half. Talk about carrying the team on your back. Butler also went 6 for 6 from behind the arc, so that 3-ball looking mighty fine last night, guys. Coach Q's squad has one more on the road Sunday at UNC before heading back to the Dome Thursday for its regular season home finale against Florida State. Elsewhere, the Syracuse men's lacrosse team is in action tomorrow for its first game of the season against Siena. SU has a whole new cast of characters after losing 5 USILA All-Americans to graduation last season, including attackman Kevin Rice and Randy Stotts. For Coach John Desko and the Orange, replacing them may be a daunting task, but before the team can do that, you have to fine-tune the basics.
We're not going to come out, super hot. I think we're going to, there's going to be a new set of challenges for, all of us to face, but it doesn't put any extra pressure. I'm just, me and the face-off group are just trying to improve on things we could have done better last year, and as well as the rest of our team. So, no, it's not really any additional pressure.
And talking about that face-off group,
we're not even thinking about national championships. We're thinking about Siena and really focusing on trying to get better every week. We even talk to them almost on a daily basis in practice. As far as talking about the drills that we're doing and why we're doing them and what skills we want to improve on. And so it's a game-by-game basis as far as our mental attitude.
And the NBA is on a mini hiatus for next week as it is All-Star Weekend. Former SU star Carmelo Anthony is one of the representatives for the Eastern Conference. Anthony leads the New York Knicks in scoring this season with more than 21 points per game. The forward is also posting career highs in assists with more than 4 per game in rebounds, with just less than 8 per contest. And down in the minors, a former Orange star is also in the D-League All-Star game. Rakeem Christmas, who graduated from SU last year, gets set to participate for the Eastern Conference tomorrow night. The Fort Wayne Mad Ant center is averaging just over 15 points and 7 boards per game. And finally, another SU football player is set to make an appearance at the NFL Scouting Combine later this month. Former SU defensive end Ron Thompson has been invited to this year's event. Thompson, who declared for the draft back in December, joins former accused punter Riley Dixon, who also received an invite to the pre-NFL draft event. And guys, one more thing to add. Mets pitcher Jenry Mejia is permanently suspended from the MLB because of another positive suspension with PED. So his career over in the Major League Baseball.
It's unfortunate for him, but for SU basketball, they've won 4 in a row. Can they make it 5 on Sunday against Boston College?
Boston College, not a very good team, up and down the lineup. Don't really have many players. Syracuse on a really big roll right now, 7-1. They can certainly beat Boston College and make it 5 in a row.
All right, thanks,
All
Kevin.
right, thank you guys.
After the break, one last look at your weather.
And find out what has Ted Cruz in trouble. We'll be right back.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
All right, so colder temperatures. What are we looking at wearing tomorrow when we wake up?
You know, when we wake up, if you're an early girl, an early guy, at 8 a.m., I mean early girl, early guy, whatever you're feeling, at 8 a.m., it's going to be 0 degrees. By noon, it's going to be -2. So, 22-mile-an-hour winds. I'm going to say definitely layer. Cover the face, cover all of your hands, your feet. Make sure you don't get frostbite because it's so easy. You can get it in less than 10 minutes if you're outside at all.
Okay.
Any chance these temperatures are going to warm up anytime soon?
Monday we're actually going to be still below freezing, but Tuesday we're going to be 38 degrees, but it's supposed to be raining all day. We're going to get over an inch of rain, but it's okay. Thursday and Friday we're not going to have any precipitation. So it'll be sunny.
Well, I guess I'll take that as a win here in Syracuse. Jeez.
And these cold temperatures don't just affect us, but they also affect your houses, things like that. Any tips for us on that front?
Yeah, definitely make sure that your house temperature is set at least 55 degrees. I know some people, when they leave, turn it down so they don't have to pay for a higher heating bill. If you turn it below 55 degrees, your pipes will freeze, and that would be absolutely horrible if your house flooded.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
And the Ted Cruz campaign is in some hot water today. The Cruz campaign pulled an ad called Conservatives Anonymous after discovering an actress in it has a not-so-conservative resume.
Turns out her acting career includes several porn movies. The Cruz campaign says she's responded to an open casting call and no one was briefed on her past.
The actress, Amy Lindsay, retaliated, saying she was disappointed in the decision to pull the ad using the hashtag MyVoteCounts.
Well, that's all for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, Instagram, do it all. For Nikki and Kevin, I'm Michael Tricarico.
And I'm Monica Hammer. Have a great weekend, Syracuse, and try to stay warm.